What's up, everybody? My name is Nate. Welcome to the weekly rotation. I wore a lot of different things this week, and it was Thanksgiving week, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I was actually kind of confused, like, what do I usually wear to Thanksgiving? I've been like so neck deep in all these different fragrances, getting new stuff in, trying new stuff, and I was like, what actually really works on Thanksgiving? I know I didn't spend too much time on it. I'm not self-absorbed like that, but I was like, you know, what works for Thanksgiving? So I'll jump into that when I get to Thursday, but on Monday, I wore my decant from Dedrick. He sent me Blue Electric. He was kind enough to send me Blue Electric, so I was able to wear this on Monday. And I had to work on Monday, so it was nice to actually like experience it in the wild, seeing how it performs out in the wilderness. It doesn't perform beast mode. It's not like Jacket Club's Blue Electric Cologne, and that one has a lot more projection longevity. It's just a lot more present. Blue Electric, though, it's fantastic. It smells great in the air. It carries through the scent, the scent trail quite well, and it's very fresh, spicy, and it still has the same kind of La Nuit de l'Homme kind of vibe. I love it a lot. I don't know really if I'm gonna go through the decant of this. And if I do, I might end up just picking up a bottle, but the reason I have a decant is because I haven't been able to buy said bottle. But I'm liking it right now. It is fresh, inviting, fresh, spicy. It's nice. It's really nice. It's got that sexy vibe to it. Then on Tuesday, I wore Continuum by Tumi. And this one is a rich, warm, spicy kind of fragrance. It reminds me a lot of Dolce & Gabbana's The One Eau de Parfum. When I was wearing it, that's what I was kind of getting reminded of. It's got that kind of tonka bean, amber, vanillic kind of thing going on in there. It definitely does have some uniqueness. It's not a clone, I wouldn't say, but it has that same kind of vibe. From the bottle scheme, from the scent profile, it's like a mix between Armani Code Profumo and Dolce & Gabbana's The One Eau de Parfum. Those two kind of fragrances kind of mesh together to create. That being said, this is very good. Very, very good. And you know what's really sad is no one really talks about it all that much. I've been in the fragrance community for years, 6 or 7 years now. I only started the channel recently. I have not heard much. I remember when it got released, it got hyped for like 3 weeks and it just dropped off the face of the earth. That being said, it's really good. I like it a lot. And yeah, I look forward to wearing it again. It's kind of a cooler weather fragrance. Speaking of a cooler weather fragrance, I wore this again. I did a recent review on it and I wasn't too impressed by it, but this is Desire Toxic by M. McClef, I think his name is. Anyway, the thing that I touched on with this in the review is the hemp note in here, the kind of like cannabis note in here. And when I do wear it out in public, I do pick up little wafts of it, but it's much more of an herbal character than like a cannabis note. It relies more on the like fresh, spicy kind of stuff with the cardamom, but it has this beautiful, like I said before, everything in the review kind of holds true, except for my rating. I think I was a little harsh on it. I find it very good in the air, like when you're not smelling it up on close. And I'm trying to pull myself back from that. Us as like fragrance enthusiasts, we can put our nose up against stuff and smell it that way and like make our judgment based off of putting our nose up against it. And more times than that, that doesn't work for actually how the fragrance smells in the air and how it performs and how you're gonna like it in the air, because things smell different when they're wafting about. It's not like right up against your hand. So anyway, love this. It's nice. It's not like it didn't knock my socks off, but after wearing it, the rating didn't get bumped up. I don't know what I gave it in my initial review, but probably like 1 or 2 points, 1.5 points increased. I don't know what I gave it, but it has definitely changed for me, my outlook on it. I would actually consider buying a bottle of it just because wafting through the air. And then Thanksgiving came around. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Let me know what you wore on Thanksgiving. You might actually help me, plan my next holidays with what I'm gonna wear. But on Thanksgiving, I was interested about like what I was wearing, because Thanksgiving is interesting. You're so close to everybody, that you don't want to go beast mode. So if you go something lighter, you'd be pleasant. But then you want to keep into the holiday tradition, right? You want to go. So I wore just a few sprays of Tobacco Touch by Maison Alhambra. And this is a Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille clone. And this one has a little bit more like vanillic to it. It's like sweeter, but it still's got that, dried fruit stuff going on in there, but still spicy and tobacco. It's a very good clone for sure. But it has that warm vanillic tone to it. That's what I really thought that would really work well for Thanksgiving, a Thanksgiving time. It kind of has that Thanksgiving vibe to it. But I like that stuff a lot. It does perform pretty well. I sprayed it on in the morning or like 11 a.m. or so. And then it was going into 8 o'clock at night. So it did perform pretty well. And when you're going to like an event like that, you don't want something beast mode. And then Friday was a chill day, so I decided to pull out Hawas Ice. I was wearing this, and I like it a lot. I do. It gets hyped up online, heavy hype. Everybody's saying there's a mint note in here, and I'm still trying to find it. But it's Hawas Intense. I like it a lot, though. I sprayed it on, and it's kind of like really potent. So I only sprayed 2 sprays because I know how powerful it is. This one doesn't need a whole lot of sprays when you're like lounging about. If you want to project off and like get compliments, this is a great compliment getter. You spray like 5, 6, maybe 7, 8 sprays of this, and you're gonna be smelling for days. And people around you are gonna be like, whoa, who's that smelly good man? That's you. Hawas Ice is nice. Sweet, musky, fresh, inviting, a lot of citrus, but it dries down to mostly a sweet, musky base, which is great. Speaking of sweet fragrances, I wore this one on Saturday, and this one's great too. This is Victory by Paco Rabanne, the Invictus. This is the original. I sold my Invictus Victory Elixir. It was just way too much for me. That one is very sweet. It's got this like smoky incense kind of thing going on in there. It was in your face. It's great if you're looking for like a clubbing fragrance, but I don't partake in like going to the club, all the time. And if I did go to the club, I have like 1 million Elixir that I would wear. I'd have Jean Paul Gaultier Le Parfum, Stronger With You, Intensely. Stronger With You, absolutely. There's a ton of things that I have that I would wear over Invictus Victory Elixir that are tried and tested. Anyway, the original one here is so good. It's got like a tonka bean accord in here too, so it's vanillic, it's ambery, and it dries down to like that tonka bean, creamy, cumarin kind of thing going on. Very, very good though. Love that stuff. It is such a step up from the Elixir version, in my opinion. And then today I'm wearing something easy to wear. Prada Carbon. This is a really good Sauvage clone. It's not a clone per se. It's not trying to be a clone. It does veer off its own direction, which the direction it goes in is like this clean, lavender, fresh, aromatic, and just exuberant. I love the musk, experimenting with some heavier musks, some heavier synthetic musks, and I'm finding that there's a certain musk blend that a lot of these popular fragrances use, especially Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel, not Bleu de Chanel, Dylan Blue, I should say. They use just a small trace of a brown musk and then a small trace of a heavier musk that acts as like a deer musk, something like really potent, but very subtle. Mixing with like some really clean musks like Galaxolide, Habanolide, Ethylene Brassylate. You just add those brown musks in there and the darker musk to it. Really, really nice. Anyway, guys, I'm looking at starting a podcast. Would you guys be interested in that? I'm going to start a podcast about perfumery. I'm going to kind of test the waters. What do you guys think about a podcast? I'm going to probably do it, make like 3 or 4 episodes, maybe 5 episodes, maybe get some special guests on. Try it out, see if it works, and we could always scrap it if it doesn't work. I think I'm gonna center it around, talking about fragrances, but also talking about perfumery mainly, and also like crafting stuff. I want to make a podcast that kind of like opens the gates to perfumery, because there's a lot of gatekeeping in perfumery for sure. So I want to kind of like open the gates and see. Anyway, just my thoughts. Let me know what you wore down in the comments down below. Mainly, I'm interested about what you wore on Thanksgiving because the holiday times are coming up. I want to know because I spent a little too long looking for my fragrance for Thanksgiving. So let me know, and we'll see you next time.